Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets and it takes you a long time to become a good trader. So be smart about the way you're trading. Also, grab a free trial right now to do a brand new Master Trader Lab monthly. We're going to learn every single month. You'll be learning techniques to help you become a much better trader. Click on the first link in the description below right now. That's what the whole topic about today's session is all about. It's about the things that most people don't see. It's the thing that most people don't see or don't understand about trading that actually is stopping you from moving forward. It's more of a mindset. It's more of a shift that way. And most people don't focus on this, or they don't even understand this sort of thing that I'm talking about. And let me see if I can draw this here. I'm going to type in the biggest myth, M-Y-T-H. And so that's what I'm going to be talking to you about, the biggest myth out there. And so what I'm going to be talking to you about is really helping you understand about that concept, or about helping you move forward in that way to really crush it when you're actually looking at the markets there. So that's what I want to talk about in today's session, guys. That's what I want to go through with you today, and I really want to explain that and help you move forward in that way. So that's what I'm going to talk about here, the biggest myth that actually stops you from getting involved in the markets. Let's actually get straight into it right now. Now, the biggest myth that stops you from being involved in the markets or getting ahead of the markets, and this is something that I've struggled with for so long, and every now and then I still struggle with this from time to time. Now, what is it? The myth is that more M equals T equals dollars. Now, more trades, so more of trading equals more income, right? So this is one of the biggest things that actually stopped me from moving forward in the markets in a big way, was that I always thought that, okay, if I have more trades, that's going to equal more income in the long run. And I always thought that if I don't have a lot of trades, if I'm not trading all the time, therefore I'm not making money in the long run. So the thing is that when we're one thing I've realized is that having more trades, what you would come across as is that if you or when you're trading the markets, if you have a lot of trades, you're generally going to have a lower win-loss ratio. Makes sense? So the more trades you have, the more active of a trader you are in the markets, the higher the win-loss ratio in the markets. Makes sense? The lower the win-loss ratio. In fact, I just forgot to do something here, guys. Let me do this here from the beginning before I forget. Guys, do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this session because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There's no guarantees of making money in the markets, and it takes you a long time to become a good trader. So be smart about the way that you're trading the markets. Also, guys, if you haven't grabbed the free trial to my Master Trader Lab monthly membership, and also to grab all these free bonuses as well too for a limited time, as I'm opening up a free trial to the Master Trader Lab. So go to mastertraderlab.com. Mastertraderlab.com. All right, there we go. Let's get straight back into the training. So I always thought that more trades equals more income. But one thing I didn't understand when it comes to trading was that that more trades equals generally a lower win-loss ratio. So the more trades that I had, the lower the win-loss ratio there. So we could go down to 60%, 50%, even a 70%, which is still a very good win-loss ratio. I didn't realize that come with it, right? And so when I first started trading, I always wanted to make money on every single trade, right? Keep making money on every single trade. And there's a 70% win-loss ratio there. But one thing that for me personally is that if I'm trading a lot in the markets, and I'm trying to get ahead in the markets, one thing that stops me from doing well in the markets, or when I first started trading, was if you're trading a lot and you have a 70% win-loss ratio, then that simply means that you're still going to have 30% of the time you're going to be having losers. And this is something that, if you are trading this way, it's not a bad thing. It's just very, very difficult to get ahead. The reason why is because that's a blatant statement, isn't it? More trades equals more income, which is a blatant statement, right? Which is a blatant statement, but which means it's a black and white statement, right? But with a 70% win-loss ratio, you must accept up front that your system can have 2, 3, or even 4 losers in a row, and it be normal. See, I don't know about you, but if I have 2 or 3 or 4 losers in a row, then I'm not feeling very, very confident about my trading. So what do? You start to skip trades, you start to not take trades, and this actually is a snowball effect. It's a very, 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 very big, massive snowball effect that stops you from moving forward there. Again, most people think more trades equals more income, which is the actual opposite, because the more trading you do, the more emotional decisions you're making, the more you're getting in and getting out, you're trying to catch up and so on and so forth, and it's just a snowball from there. So more trades equals more income. That's what I always thought. This here is the biggest myth out there. It's the complete opposite in the markets. What is that? The times that my trading has gotten better and better and better and better over the years, and the reason why is because the number one thing is that I've realized that less trading equals more income. This actually, you actually end up doing a lot of mistakes. You end up going backwards here. So less trading for me equals more income. Now, what is that? The less trading for me equals more income is all about only taking high quality trades. So if I'm trading very, very little, it means I'm not over trading, and I generally have a higher win-loss ratio with not a lot of losses there. So I could actually have like a 90% here, right? Like a 90% win-loss ratio, but not trade a lot. With that win-loss ratio, I'm not gonna have very many losses, and with that, it's gonna be growing the confidence, and it's gonna help me keep going and going and going and going from there. So within your framework, if you're looking at your trading for the next 12 months, ask yourself, like, how are you trading the markets? Are you trading a setup? Are you trading a setup that has a lot of trades? If so, what's your average win-loss ratio? Right? What is your average win-loss ratio there? Because you need to know that up front. If it's a 70% win-loss ratio, then you must accept up front that you're going to have 2 or 3 or 4 losing rows. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just this one here has so much more emotions. And for me personally, I overtrade when I start to have a lot of trades. All right, I overtrade when I'm over trading, right? I'm taking a lot of trades. I'm making a lot of emotional decisions. But when I step back and I don't take a lot of trades, my win-loss ratio goes through the roof. My account continues to grow nicely, and that's how things continue to move forward from there. Makes sense? And this is one of the biggest things that I also talk about in the Master Trader Lab, that you can get there at mastertraderlab.com, the free trial there. I talk about this because it's a very, very, very deep topic that most people don't understand. Is like, this is the framework, this is the mindset, so to speak, of how to get ahead in the markets. Is that for me personally, and you may be different, I don't know. You may be different. Where for me personally, I can't trade a lot because I'm a very emotional person. I always do better on trading very little trades, but having the confidence to, as my confidence goes, to put more money on per trade. So therefore, throughout the year, I don't need to have a lot of good trades to trade really well and do really well throughout say 12 months. See, most people want to take a lot of trades because they're starting with a small trading account and they want to make a lot of money from that, and they end up just blowing themselves out of the water. So that is one of the biggest things that stops you from moving forward in the markets, is the myth of more trades equals more income. It actually doesn't. Even if you did have a 70% win-loss ratio, if you have two or three losses in a row, which is normal, guess what? You probably question it. So therefore you're probably going to stop taking trades. You're not going to be very, very, very consistent. Now, this is a blatant statement here, right? This is wrapped around with the most important part, which is your consistency, discipline, and patience. Consistency, discipline, and patience to only taking those setups. You know, it's not a matter of, well, I took all these trades and these last 10 trades were based on 10 different things. That's not how you get some sort of consistency in the market. Whenever I've done really, really well in the markets, whenever I've done really, really well in the markets, and I continue to do well in the markets, is only when I've waited for when I waited for what I call my A quality setups there. And it's so critical there. So just remember, guys, this 70% success rate simply means this. You never know, even with the 90% success rate, you never know upfront which trade is going to be a profitable trade and which trade's not going to be a profitable trade. You don't know upfront, right? But people go into the trade hoping and praying that this is going to be a profitable trade. So more trades does not in the long run equal more money. It equals more emotions. It equals you not sticking to the plan properly. It equals you not being patient and jumping in shit that you shouldn't be jumping in. It equals you just being a very, very emotional trader. And even if you did jump in on the right trading setup, now you're very emotional, and you may have traded too much to try to catch up. And all this is just a cascading effect through there. Where if this system over here gave me, say, 10 trades per month, which is 120 trades per year, I guarantee you're likely to get blown out of the water with that, because you're not going to stick to the rules 100%. You just won't. You just won't, right? Trading a lot through there, that's the one. It's never the trading system that gets you. It's your consistency, discipline, and patience. And if you have 2 or 3 losers in a row, I guarantee you're going to end up going backwards and not doing well from that. This is what you don't realize. Now, again, remember your consistency. That's where it starts, with your consistency. Are you taking the same setup again and again and again and again? Or are you just trading based on what you think, hope, or fear? That's not how you get ahead in the markets, guys. Please listen to me. So many people think more trades equals more income. But let me ask you a question. If you had 1 losing trade, would you continue to step up? If you had 2 losing trades, would you continue to step up? If you had 3 losing trades, would you continue to step up? If you had 4 losing trades in a row with that trading system, would you continue to step up? I don't think you would. Because now you're questioning it. It's like, I thought this trading system was a good trading system. I thought this was a successful trading system. I thought this worked. It does work. But remember, it doesn't mean that 70%, you can have 3 or 4 losers in a row. You've got to accept that up front. You don't know that. That's where, with me personally, having less trades for me equals more income, because less trades gives me a high win-loss ratio, which ultimately gives me the confidence, as I continue to stick to the rules, be consistent, disciplined, and patient with it, gives me the confidence to continue to put more and more and more money on every single trade. See, most people, they don't want to risk a lot of money per trade, or they don't want to put on a bit of money per trade, because they're not confident in their system. And if you're trading a lot, in the markets, firstly, if you're trading a lot, you're going to have a low win-loss ratio. And secondly, if you're just all over the place, getting in here because of this thing here, or getting out here because of this thing here, or doing this because of this thing here, and there's no consistency throughout your trading, no wonder you're not moving forward in your markets. No wonder you're not moving forward in your trading there. The number one biggest thing that has helped me get ahead in the markets has been just looking at all my past trades, even this year, and saying, okay, where have I gone wrong? Have I been very consistent with the trading setup? Is that what I need to do? Do I need to work on being more patient? Do I need to work on being more disciplined and all that sort of stuff? And so that's how, if you want to start to get into the big leagues of how do you have the confidence to start putting on, 50 or 100 grand eventually for you, How do you actually eventually get to that point? You know, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about like 3 or 4 years down the track. How do you eventually get to that point? It starts with confidence. See, my coach right now, my mentor, he trades multiple six figures per trade, every single trade. And the reason why is because he knows almost every single trade he takes is going to do really well for him. He makes 7 figures per year, but he only trades a few times a month. Now, some months of that's a black and white statement. Some months he will trade a lot because there's a lot of good setups, and some months there's not a lot of trades. And so I guarantee if you're trading a lot, you're making a lot of mistakes and you're only going backwards there. So this is the framework, guys, that most people don't think about when it comes into your longevity in these markets. And it's something that keeps coming back to me again and again and again and again when looking at your trading there. So think about that. Think about, you know, what sort of trading setup are you trading, but also start with that consistency. Are you being consistent at taking that setup? Or is the last 10 trades based on because what you just thought was a good idea because his YouTube video said this, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Because that's where you want to start, and that's where you want to be. The most consistent traders are out there are consistent with their trading setup. As you know, the trading is not an easy thing, right? There's so many areas you need to know in order to become a really, really good trader. You've got the foundations, you've got the chart reading techniques, you've got the trading systems, and also you've got the mindset and so much more that goes into becoming what I call a master trader. So I've created a program called the Master Trader Lab Monthly, where every single month I'm going to be releasing brand new trainings and help you understand all of the foundations, the chart reading strategies, the mindset techniques, everything that goes into becoming a really, really good trader. And I'm giving away a free trial right now for the grand opening, and also I'm giving you a kickstart bonus package as well. The foundation to a successful trader, the chart reading techniques, and the advanced chart reading techniques, millionaire trader mindset, and a bonus package as well too. This is for the grand opening of the Master Trader Lab Monthly. Click on the very first link in the description below right now to claim your free trial right now.